Hey guys, what's going on? Jack from Superstringing Lacrosse here. Today, we kick off summer 2018. So guys, what is going on? I hope you all had a really pleasant end of your school year. Most of you, I think, are out of school. Some of you might be finishing up in the coming weeks. I want to take this video to kind of give a chance to kind of say why I've been gone and what we really have to look forward to this coming summer. So while I've kind of been MIA on my social media, I still have been doing a lot with this account. There's still been a ton of orders coming through the door. I've been stringing a ton of heads, and I just haven't been able to post all of them. But hopefully I'm going to get around to posting some of those pictures, some of those videos that I have been filming throughout the summer as I kind of get back into the swing of things. I wanted to give you an overview of what you can expect this summer. So we're going to have a ton of cool content coming out, and I've already been in contact. A lot of our companies that I've been working with, I've been in contact with obviously Adidas, ECD, String King, and we're going to be checking out a lot of the new products that I've missed, as well as some that are coming out this summer. So I'm really excited to get into all those with you. I also have a lot of really limited edition reviews that I'm going to be doing that a lot of other accounts don't have the ability to access, including Phantom review of the new Phantom Pocket. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the first one I did. We're going to be reviewing the new one that Michael Hazy, the owner of Phantom Pocket, sent me out to check out. But today, to kind of kick everything off, I want to go through the July edition of the Lacrosse Magazine. I'll be able to show you guys some of the stuff that I've been missing, kind of give you my take on it, what I've seen, what I've heard, and what I've also experienced firsthand. And then also we're going to be taking a look at some of the things that have yet to come that I'm really excited about. So, if you guys aren't familiar with Lacrosse Magazine, it's a subscription you can do. You just, I think it's like $35 a year, and they send you 11 editions of a different Lacrosse magazine. It's where a lot of those pictures you guys see on my back wall came from. It's where a lot of those pictures you see on the back wall came from. Obviously went with Karate, Maverick, RP32. All of them came from former Lacrosse magazines, and you can see those on this wall as well. All that stuff right there, all the magazine covers, and then also like right here. All that's coming exactly from Lacrosse Magazine, and it's an absolutely amazing service, one that I'm really glad to subscribe to because you get really awesome magazines with a ton of cool information. But that's enough rambling. Let's really get into the magazine. So obviously it features Yale, who are the champions of the NCAA tournament this year, and I really didn't follow too much of it, unfortunately. But I was kind of, when I did get back into watching some of the games, I was rooting for Albany just because I love watching Carter Fields play. He's so creative, so relaxed when he's on the field. And so I was really excited to see them go far. Unfortunately, they didn't do as well as I had wanted them to, but still a really great year, and big congrats to Yale. So, some of the things that are first featured here. Obviously, one thing I want to talk about is Mavericks. This page here features a lot of the Maverick products. Obviously, we got the Kinetic, the Tactic, the Optic, the Tank, the Centric, all these different products. And I'm talking about it because July 4th, which is going to be not too long from now, 2 or 3 weeks, they are going to be releasing their new Maverick head. I haven't heard too much about it. I think I saw a picture or name of it, but I don't really recall what it was now. But I'm interested to see what they're really going to do with it, because we already have Kinetic, which was for their elite shooter, which is a great head. Tactic, which is their elite feeder, which features more of a mid-low pocket. The Optic, which is for the Dodger. I'm just getting all this off of their page, which is more for an attackman, more for someone who likes a low pocket. The Tank was more for a high pocket for a defenseman, and the Centric was that two-way midi, and it features like a mid-high pocket. All of these great heads, great products. A little bit hard to wrap my head around how many they've had, so I'm curious what they're going to do for the next one. I'm not really sure what they're going to do for the next one. It seems like a lot of the avenues are already filled, but they love to throw a lot of new stuff in there. Maybe they'll do something a little bit crazy, a little bit creative for this next one. Next page features the brand new True Key, as the head's called the True Key. And I'll focus on this page because it gives you a good face shape visual of the head. I have not checked this out yet at all, so I'm basing this mostly off of pictures and what I've heard from talking to other people about it. If you take a look at the head right here, skeptical at first because I don't love the face shape of the head. In fact, I don't really like it that much. It's very, very tight, like very tight. More so than most heads. I think it's pushing the legality. It's obviously completely legal. Don't worry about the legality, but I'm saying it's coming very close. It's a very tight face shape all the way up, and then it flares out not too aggressively. It's a very similar flare to like the Stallion 700, if you guys are familiar with that. And then it has a very aggressive peak. I mean, it's really sharp up top. And so I'm curious to see how this is going to go. I think this is going to be best for like box lacrosse. Honestly, I don't know how well it's going to work on the field just because of all the things I said. I don't know how well it's going to work for the average player. It's definitely a very specific head, and that's the thing. I don't know if it's going to be very universal in the sense that, you know, tons of different people can get behind, tons of different players can get behind it and use it. So I'm a little bit skeptical about the true key. Everything else looks great. Structural integrity looks great. On this page, it features a lot of the sidewall pattern. I don't like this drop, this offset right here. It reminds me a little bit of the Mirage, you know, the East Coast Dice' first head, and which I didn't love either. And so I'm a little bit skeptical about that part as well. So I'm not a huge fan of the true key yet. It's not one of those heads where I've seen and like I gotta get my hands on this, gotta show it for you guys, because I'm not too certain. Well, it's gonna be really stiff. I don't love the 4-bar approach. Don't think that looks too nice. Tons of sidewall holes, which, you know, is great for stringers. But that's kind of my, you know, general overview thoughts about the true key. But it's awesome to see True producing new content, which is always really great to see. Next up, we have the Alpha Lacrosse Ascension. So I had never heard about this head at all, in the slightest. And literally my thoughts on this are that it's like so similar to the Mirage. So it has a very similar construction just in terms of the shape of all the sidewalls and, you know, how it's kind of the overall feel of the head. A very similar scoop in the sense that it seems a little bit more flat. And even just looking at this, like, if I didn't know this was an Ascension head, I would have said this was a Mirage. Obviously, mine's the very different sidewall structure. So it seems to be very similar to a Mirage. It's not too expensive. It's $84, a little bit closer to the high end, but, you know, not a very high end head in terms of price. My only concerns with this, it just looks a little cheap. Look at the sidewall. They have these little like indents here, which comes from the sidewall, which is really bulk and thick, and there's a very thick sidewall piece right in the middle, which I'm not a fan of. Typically that tends to indicate it's more of a cheap head, and so I'm not super impressed with the overall look on the Ascension. Obviously, it's praised in this Lacrosse magazine. A lot of Lacrosse magazine is puff pieces, you know, like they just praise, they get paid to promote, you know, new heads, and so they're going to promote anything really positively. But I don't really love it, and I haven't gotten to see a look at the offset. The head's obviously really wide, so it's probably going to feature, you know, more of a midi with that mid-low pocket, low pocket, but I'm not too excited about that one. One thing I did want to show you guys from Under Armour, they did the top 25 high school power rankings as of week 14. I don't really know when that was from exactly, but it has number 7 Del Barton NJ, and obviously you guys are familiar, that's my high school. It's a team that I strung the heads for 2 years ago now, and they won the state champion. They won the TOCs with the heads I had strung for them, and this year they're ranked 7 as of when this magazine was, you know, edited and came out. I recently saw that Del Barton was ranked number 1 for high schools in the entire country, so that's, you know, amazing. And that's really pretty much it for Lacrosse Magazine. A lot of the rest of the magazine consisted of, you know, features and tributes to a lot of the college players that are, you know, no longer going to be playing, but that's not something we're super focused on here. But now that I've kind of gone through Lacrosse Magazine, gone through a little bit of what I missed, I also missed the Mark II-F, which is the new face-off head by String King, as well as String King Type 4, which came out. I'm excited to get into all that. I'm going to talk to my guys at String King, try to get, you know, packaged together, really show you guys a lot of that stuff, maybe do a giveaway with it. But I wanted to show you some of the cool stuff we're going to be looking at this summer. So first up is the new Phantom head, which I talked about. Not a ton of people have this. I was one of the first people to review the original Phantom Pocket, and so I'm excited to check it out. I'm not going to do my unboxing for this yet, because I'm going to do a whole video on the Phantom product, which hopefully by the time this videos come out, I'll be working on this one. I might be able to link it in the comments or down below in the description. But for now, I'm excited to check this one out. I know they've made a lot of changes to it, so I'm excited to see. We also have a ton of cool stuff coming out from String King. We're going to be talking to East Coast Dice. We're going to be talking to Paul at Vumex. My OG fans know Vumex very well because I've been working with them since back in the day. So I'm excited to get back in contact with them. And then also I'm going to be talking to Adidas. I have the new Adidas Freak, which is Miles Jones' new head, coming out to me. I'm going to be checking that out for you guys as well. So really awesome summer coming up. So if you're interested in getting your head strung, check out my website, which is linked down below. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. That's all for today's video. I'm really excited to get back into the YouTube channel, be posting regular content. If you guys have any special requests or questions for me, make sure to just contact me or leave a comment down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. That's all for today's video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and have a great day.